Hi everyone, Dalise here. I am going to explain you how to do heat embossing. First, let me apologize if the video is not the best quality. This is my first tutorial video, so I hope you have fun. If you have any questions, we're going to have a chat at the Mossy Scrapper at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you there. Bye. Let's start with our materials. You're gonna need a heat embossing gun. This is the quiet one, and it kind of blows a lot less air, and it's a little bit less hot, but it's wonderful when you have images that you don't want, very detailed images when you don't want all that powder to be blowing away. You are going to need an embossing ink, or it could be also a pigment ink that comes in different colors. And you're gonna need embossing powder. I've got some Distress Tim Holtz this embossing powder. There is some detail embossing powder, some regular white embossing powder. I'm just showing you the different options. Stamps or a flower. You're gonna emboss a flower. Tweezers are very important, and a little stick with either a glue dot or some type of adhesive up in the end. Back here, I just switched my embossing ink. This is a pigment ink this time. The only reason I did that is because so you can see a brand that actually it's still in stores. Let's start. If you are embossing a stamp that is a solid image stamp like this versus a very detailed image, any embossing powder will work on this. So let's try that. I would like to show you how it looks when you used an ink that actually has a color base. Embossing inks sometimes come in a clear base, and that way you would get the true color of your embossing powder, sorry. So let's say we are just inking the stamp with a color box pink color. Two things that I forgot to mention as materials, that these are optionals, but I really like to use them. One is a craft sheet. This one is made by Rangers, and it keeps your mat from getting hot, so it would not warp. The other one is a static bag. You could just use a Swiffer for that matter. What I do is I just pass it, wrap it around the paper before inking. I'm just going to use a scrap of paper so we get our additional extra embossing that comes out. Now I am going to stamp. You get your pink image, and I am going to be using a Stupendous Pearl Luster color. It's like a reddish color, and then just turn it over, flip it, see the image. Let's put, this doesn't go to waste. We just form a tunnel for the little extra embossing powder, little twigs, and just clean the rest with your hands so you don't get any of the red into any other colors. So you're just going to start, get your heat embossing gun, and just start heating it. I like to start it in my hand a little bit just to make sure that it's warming up fine. But be careful, it does get hot. I don't know if you can see how it just started melting. Remember, we started with a pink color background, which makes it a little bit more reddish in this case. I want you to see this beautiful, glossy, embossed finish. I have just re-inked my stamp with my pink ink pad again. I don't need to do the anti-static powder again. I just want to show you. I am stamping again how it looks if you're using a colored ink pad on with a powder that is semi-translucent. I'm going to do half of the crown with a semi-transparent powder, and the other half I am going to use some of my clear embossing powder. Okay, let me close both of my caps. I don't have a little accident anywhere. Here is my image. I am heat embossing them. Okay, it's almost done. And as you can see, when they are semi-translucent, you do get the color of your ink. I don't know if you can see, but the side where I used the Bliss color is a little bit of a tint of gold, but you can see the pink color, and the other one is just clear. One thing that you could do is actually stamp your image in clear. With clear ink, use clear embossing powder, and then use a brayer just to color some of the, like a nice contrast color of the scrapbook or card that you're going to be using, and that will give you like a ghost image appearance. When you have, the other thing that I wanted to mention was, when you're using stamps that are like this, detail stamps, especially when you're doing sentiments, they have fine lines, you want to make sure that you use a detail embossing powder, and the bottle will say it. It will say detail embossing powder. It is just a very, very fine powder, and it would just allow you to get those fine lines. We're having a little visit from Bianca with her wagon. And
hi, Mommy.
Hi, Bianca. Say hi to everyone. Yes. Well, I am busy right now with Bianca, and I'll see you and talk to you guys later. If you have any questions, remember 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna discuss any questions you have about this. Thank you and have fun.